they took the little girl out and they left me in the van. I could hear a lot of commotion that was going on outside. People that were screaming and yelling and this low murmuring and a moaning noise that was going on, like some kind of a low chanting noise that was going on. So I knew in my mind there was some type of a ritual going on because I'd heard that many times before.
Rest of the year we'll fill with splendor. Little baby shooting arrows started off in the dead of winter. Right after pedophiles had little boys for Christmas that sat on their lap and asked them for toys for Christmas. The sky's a day for fathers, another day for mothers. Make it look real good. How about a day for lovers? Bunny rabbits, Easter egg hunts, wearing colorful outfits after missing church for months to celebrate this hidden sedition with wicked origin, but didn't hold nothing back with a certain Celtic tradition. Pagans and Wiccans, bunch of different ways to say Satanists. Some don't wanna choose, get them to call them atheists. But nobody's offended until you say, hey, the creator of earth, he gave us holy days. Now they're like, hold on, now they've been opposed on. Space been encroached on, man, this world long gone.
You know, it was real common to see people fall on the ground and go into convulsions during rituals and stuff with the demonic presence that were around. And finally, a woman came to the back of the van and she said, it's time to go. And I could see that there was just a lot of people around. Some were dressed in dark brownish kind of robes with hoods over them. They took me up and they led me up to this stone altar.
But this day we'll play no games. We ain't disguising nothing. We having witches and fire flames, scary jack-o'-lanterns. Everybody cut your pumpkins up and pass out candy to children that come running up. That way we know they gon' participate. What kid won't cry for some candy? And what parent won't alleviate? And they been coming up missing all year to be the main meal for days like this right here. Halloween, a night of all-out wickedness. They finish it, drinking on the blood of the innocent. Tied to an altar, getting bled like a pig. Lick your child off they fingertips, baby back ribs.
And I remember I saw the little girl, and she was on the altar. Now, at first, you know, I just wondered what was going on because you never knew. I mean, they used the altar for a lot of different things. They could have just been sacrificing an animal over. Could have been a sexual abuse from the high priest onto her. You know, it was a hard thing to know for sure. Well, they ushered me up to the altar, and I could see that they had bound her feet. They had her feet spread apart, her legs, and they had bound them to the ends of the altar, and they had taken her arms, which were laying out this way, and roped them to the altar. And she was really white. I remember seeing her, and she was just real pale and real white. And I noticed that they had slit the bottoms of her feet and her wrists, and they were taking the blood that was running out of those areas and putting them into chalices and passing those cups around to different people who were partaking of her blood. Then the high priest, he took the athami, or the ritual knife, and he picked it up and he put my hand on it, and then he forced it into her chest. So when I think back on Halloween, you know, over that period of time that happened, you know, that was the climax event, Halloween night, where they killed that innocent little girl. And this is something that's happening every Halloween. That's not just an isolated event. I mean, there are children all over the world who are losing their lives during Halloween night, and yet we, as a society, we go out and celebrate it, and we go door to door and we ask for candy, and it's a big celebration to us. And I think it's quite ironic how one group of people are thinking it's fun and another group of people are taking human life, and yet they don't, you know, there seems to be this wall and nobody wants to face the facts of what's really going on.
No, that ain't good enough. Hold on, come back at it. That's not good enough. Make a plan.
More children turn up missing this time of year than any time of the year. Usually around this time or around near Christmas, because they really need some pure, innocent blood to drink. And it usually is young children. They're killing 12 midnight on around Halloween, the time they claim that the dead comes to this earth, that a door is open from hell and the dead walk amongst men.
It's your horror story this year. Whole bunch of Israelites woke. This field is only for the most higher host. Ask them what happened the Day of Atonement. Demons was getting starved out, moaning and groaning. It's a nightmare on your street. 4 deep, no heat, cold sheet of straight facts. Everybody gon' see that says your Ray ain't the true image of Christ, and that the transatlantic slave trade was prophesied. No dark hoods, William all white. Get up a graveyard and it's crawling with the living dead, busting out they coffins. Edomite lady tried to run if it's sake all. Tripped over her own feet, you know how they fall. Caught a couple kissing at a state park. Slaughtered their religion, sent them spinning off in their car. Marvel not a how you got this, stay calm. Blowing up the spot, napalm. Yeah, we know about your child sacrifice. Occult practice you picked up from Canaanites. Wanna buy for some apples, how you like these? Hip to your tricks, turning down your trees. And we don't hollow no wing. We don't hollow nothing but the Most High. We don't hollow no wing. Yeah, we don't hollow nothing but the Most High.
Okay, come on.
Verse 5. And also those merciless murderers of children.
Ooh, look at that. You see why they took this out of the Bible? Part of the practices of the Canaanites were their merciless murdering of children. Their whole thing is aimed towards destroying the children. That's paganism. See? Come on.
But of course you'll ignore us and not listen. You won't care until it's your child missing. Instilling the fear of demons in your child heart. They ain't scared of the Most High, but they terrified of the dark. Follow not the way of the heathen. My children is fringed up, never been trick-or-treating, and ain't keeping nothing but the feast days of Shabbat. A costume for what? Stop trying to be what you're not. Been Cleopatra to Nefertiti, all the Egyptians white. Why it's hard to believe they switched out the Israelites. Looking at your watch and it's about that time to go looking for your child that you ain't never gonna find. Cause they down in some basement, molested and murdered, about to get ground up and served back to you as a hamburger. I ain't lying, through the research by the same people you was taught as God's chosen people of the earth. Yeah, we know about your child sacrifice. Occult practice you picked up from Canaanites. Wanna buy for some apples, how you like these? Hip to your tricks, turning down your trees. And we don't hollow no wing. We don't hollow nothing but the Most High. We don't hollow no wing. Yeah, we don't hollow nothing but the Most High. Back from the dead and they can't understand it. We don't hollow nothing but the Most High. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments. Yeah, we don't hollow nothing but the Most High.
And also those merciless murderers of children and devourers of man's flesh.
And devourers of man's flesh.
And the feast of blood. With their priests out of the midst of their idolatrous crew, and the parents that killed with their own hands, souls destitute of help.
Souls destitute of help. Children screaming for mercy and help are given to these satanic evil priests to be sacrificed like nothing on altars. Hey, it's allowed in America.
Come. 2 Esdras 2 and 29 through 31. My hand shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell. 30. Be joyful, O thou mother, with thy children, for I will deliver thee, saith the Most High, thy power higher. 31. Remember thy children that sleep, for I shall bring them out of the sides of the earth, and shew mercy unto them, for I am merciful, saith thy power almighty.